Greetings, fellow detectives, and welcome to Boiler Room Detective. The case of Ray versus the A dimension. I would read the experts in the field talking about the A dimension in steam systems. While attending Dan Holohan's lectures and classes, I would nod knowingly when he brought it up. In reality, I had no idea what it meant, just couldn't grasp it at all. In fairness to me, my work was in the commercial sector, using mechanical return systems such as boiler feed or condensate pumps. So the A dimension didn't matter like it did on the gravity system. One day, I was asked to do an online steam seminar, and the person who hired me asked that I include a section on residential steam. Now I had to face my nemesis, the elusive A dimension. I was sure I would get questions about it. While preparing my talk, I sketched a drawing and showed the steam pressure as it traveled through the pipes. Then it hit me. The A dimension is all about weight. It was so clear. When steam leaves a boiler at 2 psi, it loses some of its pressure and becomes condensate. At the end of the steam run, the leftover steam pressure is about 1.5 pounds. How do I get water at 1.5 pounds into a boiler running at 2 psi? In my commercial world, I could use a mechanical pump to push the water into the boiler. But the gravity return systems didn't have a pump. How did they get the condensate at 1.5 pounds into the boiler? The gravity return system uses a vertical pipe at the end of the steam run. The other end of the pipe is into the wet return. As the water begins to stack in the vertical pipe, the weight of the water starts to increase. Let's pretend you have a 30-inch pipe mounted vertically with the pressure gauge attached to the bottom. As we start adding water to the column, we notice the pressure change. When there is 7 inches of water in the pipe, the pressure gauge would read 1/4 pound or 0.25 pounds. As we continue to fill the pipe, the pressure at the bottom of the pipe rises. When the water level reaches 14 inches, the pressure will read 1/2 pound. Combined with the leftover steam, the pressure at the bottom of the pipe is now 2 pounds. We still can't make 2 pounds go into 2 pounds steam pressure, so the old-timers used 28 inches as the height needed to overcome the 2 pounds of steam pressure in the boiler. The pressure at the bottom of a 28-inch high column is now 1 pound. When you combine the leftover steam pressure of 1.5 pounds, we now have 2.5 pounds, 1/2 pound more than the boiler pressure of 2 pounds. That's how they get the water into the boiler. This 28-inch column only works when the steam pressure is at 2 psi or less. If someone increased the boiler pressure to 4 psi, we would need a column of water double that, or 56 inches. In other words, the system would require a column of water almost 5 feet tall to have enough pressure to overcome the 4 psi. Imagine a pipe in the basement is not that tall. If this is the case, the water column will rise up until it goes into the horizontal steam pipe. Steam and water do not play well. You would have banging the likes of a Blue Man concert and a very unhappy customer. Not only is it noisy, but it's dangerous and could damage fittings and components. I hope this helps you understand the A dimension and how important it is to the steam system's proper and quiet operation. If you would like to contact me, my contact information is here. In addition, I have 2 websites. BrewingWithSteam.com has my monthly blog posts on steam systems for breweries, and Fire Ice Heat is my company website. I have written 11 books on boilers, and they are available on Amazon. In addition, you can find some of my writings in these fine publications. Thanks for stopping